This is Millie Weaver, also known as Millennial Millie, and I have a very special guest with us today, the man who must not be named, the most banned man right now in America. He's been banned all across social media platforms. Alex Jones is joining us to essentially refute the hit pieces that the mainstream media have been slowing and slewing at him since he has been this amazing patriotic symbol for freedom. He's been being attacked. So, Alex, this latest hit piece against you, why do you think this hit piece has been happening to you?
Well, it is categorically the most insane fake news that we've ever seen. Um, they're saying I lost lawsuits yesterday and that I wrote a book called Nobody Died at Sandy Hook when I'm not in the book. I've not read the book. I've never seen the book. AP ran it from Yahoo to Twitter, their top story. It's still a top story on Twitter. I'll show TV viewers that article in a moment. But where this all started was about a week ago, we got called by the FBI. And they said 12 emails with embedded hidden links to child porn were sent to you in death threats. And I'm like, how do you know about this? Well, you got sued by Sandy Hook folks, and they did discovery and demanded any emails with the term Sandy Hook or any of their names in it. They got all that discovery and then found the hidden links that you'd never opened. The FBI says we're the victim to the child porn. Okay. So that was going on. And so I reported it in the Hartford Courant, which is the main paper in Connecticut. And even major publications like the Daily Beast got it right. And they said Alex Jones offers $1 million reward as FBI investigates child pornography planted on InfoWars server. And it goes on to have the FBI saying that I'm the victim and that it was emailed to me and it was hidden. And then when they did the discovery, they ended up finding it, which is like finding a needle in a 5,000 haystacks. Then Daily Beast. Alex Jones offers $1 million reward after alleged malware attack. He says planted child porn on the servers. No, if somebody emails you that, hoping you open it, that's an attempt to plant it.
So were these like kind of
Hillary's
hate
come out and
emails?
attacked me. We'll get. Sorry, Melanie, go ahead.
Were these like hate emails that were directed at you? Was this like spam from someone you don't know? How were these images linked in it? Was it an attachment inside the email or was it something else?
Yes, the FBI talked to my lawyer last week for over an hour in 2 conversations and said, you're the victim. We'll give it to you the next few weeks. Out of the 57,000 emails, there's 12 of them that are death threats on Alex for covering Sandy Hook. And they've got attachments that are under other names but are child porn. And that's in the news. But the reason this is so important is over 12 newspapers reported Saturday and Sunday the truth that we were the victims of this. Then on Monday, all hell breaks loose. That's 2 days ago, with thousands of publications. The paper in Austin, the paper in San Antonio, the paper in Dallas, the paper in Houston. I've got family calling with headlines saying Alex Jones sent child porn to Sandy Hook families. They're suing me. On what crazy planet would I send something I've never even seen and would hate to see to them knowing I go to prison? I mean, just go ahead and commit suicide.
Yeah, it doesn't make any
Which
sense.
I wouldn't do either. So, no, it doesn't make sense. But see, the media knows they can lie and have thousands of articles out saying, oh, in discovery, child porn was found on Jones's servers. Yeah, email I sent, email you sent to anybody else. They're not guilty for what you send or a third party sends or somebody else sends.
So
if
it
somebody
almost sounds
comes
like a
in,
setup, Alex. It sounds like a setup because, if somebody who works at InfoWars and uses an Infowars.com email address unknowingly clicked on any of these attachments and downloaded them, what would that have meant for InfoWars?
well, technically, I've talked to defense attorneys. If you didn't know what it was, you wouldn't have a problem. But still, it would cause a big issue. We've 6, 7 times we remember been sent child porn. This happens to any major organization, and we've called the FBI, and they have a group organization that you report it to that deals with it. So we're on record reporting many times to the FBI we've received just since 9/11, probably 20-something million emails. Since Sandy Hook, 9.6 million emails. And so it's a non-issue. This is all about media, corporate media thinking, okay, somebody sent Alex Jones child porn. Let's say he has child porn. I mean, it's that dumb. And then let me give you the real coup de grace here, Millie, of this. This is the Associated Press, supposedly the most respected news pooling organization in the world. Zoom in, please. Father of Sandy Hook victim wins defamation lawsuit against Alex Jones. Alex Jones is the host of the conspiracy-driven InfoWars website and wrote the book titled Nobody Died at Sandy Hook. I've had multiple high-powered law firms, including Robert Barnes, who's famous for winning lawsuits, represents the Covington kids, you name it, contact them as of yesterday and say, you put out in the AP that I wrote a book I never wrote. I have never read the book. I'm not involved in the book. And the AP said, we're going to run it and we don't give a damn.
That's
now, you have to understand.
So crazy, Alex, because I literally woke up this morning. I see these headlines saying Alex Jones loses Sandy Hook lawsuit and then something about some book, right? So I click on it, I'm like, what is this? You read some of these articles and you're like, this really doesn't have much of anything to do with Alex Jones. I don't understand the correlation here. And I guess what I can get out of it, Alex, is it almost seems like they're just writing headlines to create stories because most liberals only ever read the headlines and they don't actually read through the articles.
Well, Millie, it's beyond that. Obama 8 years ago legalized the CIA engaging in domestic lying. Foreign Affairs wrote about it. Public Policy wrote about it. You're absolutely right. You have to understand, they've all been contacted. This was picked up. The AP, this has been Yahoo, Twitter, the Facebook, the top story. They artificially made it the top story to say, I lost a lawsuit, I wrote a book I didn't write, and I'm involved in child porn. So they're testing whether, can we go after Alex Jones, not just with the deplatforming, but with total defamation, and then see if everybody backs off and gets scared and doesn't defend him. Then if they don't defend me, just like I warned folks 10 months ago with the deplatforming, they will then say Trump has child porn. And senators that are suing big tech are involved in it. This is a pure beta test, and people failed the test, not our listeners, but the general public, failed the test to defend us last year. And so now they're like, okay, you have to understand, the top of Twitter, the top of Facebook, the top of Yahoo, a story saying Alex Jones wrote Nobody Died at Sandy Hook, when anybody can go see, I'm not in the book, I'm not on the cover of the book, I'm not the author of the book. This is a pure test. Look at this document, Cam, please. This is a pure, you read the article like you said, I'm not in the article. Exactly. I didn't write the book.
It's almost like,
but they don't care.
Alex,
it's a test.
Almost like I've noticed this correlation here. Donald Trump is constantly being attacked with things like Russiagate and everything they can find to throw at him. And they do all these hit pieces on him. But you also are being constantly attacked, and they constantly are doing hit pieces on you and attacking you, throwing everything they can at you, misleading hoaxes and lies and slanderous articles they're writing about you. I think that a lot of the listeners out there do see that there's a pattern here, that anyone that stands up and bucks the system is attacked in the most ruthless ways. I mean, even with Brett Kavanaugh, look at that poor man standing there before them. He's literally crying.
And it turned out they were all false allegations.
All false allegations.
It turned out Blasey Ford was CIA. All the other women admitted it was fake. Exactly. And so
how
if you're
are you
Trump
and your family dealing with this, Alex? Because what a lot of people don't think about is look at how Brett Kavanaugh's daughters were affected. How are you and your family dealing with these lies, these slanderous lies that the media keep throwing out about you to where, you can't even eat at restaurants without being attacked?
Well, it's funny you say that. I have my two daughters. I have my ex-wife, and my son's with me full time, but I have my two daughters about 95% of the time, but it's summer, so they've been with their mom a few weeks. And one of them called me, the younger one called me, she's 11. And she said, Daddy, you're on the TV as doing bad things to kids. I know it's not true, Daddy. You've always been so sweet to me. And I talked to her about 5 minutes. It was on video, whatever's over the iPad, whatever that's FaceTime or whatever it is. But this was yesterday afternoon, I guess. And when I hung up, I started crying. And it was that, it wasn't a cry of pain. It was a cry of joy that my 11-year-old daughter knows that I've been nothing but nice to her. And she said she saw it on TV that her daddy hurts children. And she said, Dad, I want you to know I saw that and people are talking bad about you, but I know it's not true. I love you, Daddy. And to have my 11-year-old daughter know it's a lie, it really means a lot to me. But, I tell you, it's they're not getting to me with this stuff. It's pissing me off because it shows that, listen, folks, when they'll put up there that I wrote a book I didn't write and I lost a lawsuit I didn't lose and that I'm sending child porn out when it's a damn lie, it means that our worst fears about these people are true.
Yes.
And, even my wife this weekend, when she saw all this and even saw news that said that I was sent the porn and that I was the victim, she said, they're coming after us. They're going to spin this. And she said they're playing that card. It means and I said, it doesn't matter. They're going to get us all anyways. But you ask how it is for my family. I don't get my daughters back because it's summer. They've been there a few weeks till Friday. And, to have my middle daughter, because I got 3 daughters, I got a 15-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a 2-year-old, have her say, Daddy, I heard all that bad stuff, how you're bad to children, but I know that's true. You're a good daddy. And my nickname's Dick. Dick, I know you're good. And her smiling at me when people are like, liberals come up to them and they find out they're my kids and they say, your dad's a Nazi. Now they're saying your dad's a pedophile and rapes kids to my daughters, man. And they are so strong enough to know that is a load of crap and a damn lie. And it's next level. But I can't believe you asked that question, how it is for my family, but it brought tears of actually joy to me that my 11-year-old daughter being bullied while she's off at some big music camp, that she's at, that the kids are bringing up her daddy to her, and it's on the news that she knows her daddy didn't do that. And that's what family's all about, is people that know you and know who you are. But listen, I didn't write the book that So Nobody Died. I'm not in the book Nobody Died. And it's the top AP article still on Twitter, the top of Yahoo for over a day.
They also, Alex,
it's all...
they also had trending on Twitter the day that you were trending. The top image had an old article from 2 years ago that was debunked that said Alex Jones sells products that have lead in them. That article was debunked years ago, and they had it as the top article. This is an outright attack on you, Alex, and we all can see it. We all know it, and we know why they're doing it. They did it to Kavanaugh. They did it to Trump. They continue to do it to Trump. They do it to you, anyone that bucks the system. And the left is so vile. I mean, they're even spitting on me and Caitlin when we're out in public, attacking us. They've lost all moral, Alex, and we know that. I truly believe the listeners out there, the InfoWars fans out there, know that, you were, if anything, someone was trying to set you up or set InfoWars up, and that.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. And then I was pissed at the, leftist lawyers bringing this, and they tried to spin it that I said they were behind it. I never said that. But let me just explain where this is going.
Sure.
The Young Turks retracted their story saying I sent out child porn because they know it's not true. And others did, but not the Wall Street Journal, not the New York Times, not CNN. They're trying to encourage people to lie. And so I'm not defeated. I don't feel like I've been defeated by this because I'm telling the truth. I just want people to understand something. The globalists we're up against are really premeditatedly evil. And they want to silence all of us off the internet so they can tell any lie they want. And that's what this comes down to. The truth is, I was sent 12 emails with death threats for me questioning Sandy Hook. And then the Democrats subpoenaed that, and it was hidden links. They wanted metadata. They scanned it and found with forensic experts what was hidden in our emails, and then ran with a story that I am sending out child porn to them. They subpoenaed us for our raw emails. Anybody that's got millions of emails is going to have some of that crap in it. Everybody knows that. anybody that's run a big company. So I'm not guilty. They think because they call me this that I'm going to go climb in some ditch or I'm going to shove a pistol in my mouth and blow my head off. It's the opposite. I'm stronger than ever. I'm more focused than ever. I'm more committed than ever because it just proves everything I already knew. The NXIVM sex cult that Hillary was involved in just got convicted of all the child trafficking and evil. NBC's reporting on Hillary running child sex rings when she was at the State Department. It's all coming out. I don't run child sex rings. And so them trying to threaten me with that is a joke. They recognize that we represent the grassroots. They go to the Trump rallies. You were telling me earlier on my show. Tell folks, Millie, what you saw, what you witnessed, but also people asking, where's InfoWars? And also asking, what's this about child porn? That's all meant to shake Trump's base. They see me as a cornerstone and InfoWars and you and all our crew. This is why this is happening.
Exactly. And
they admit that InfoWars is the cornerstone. So if they can destroy the cornerstone, they believe Trump will fall.
InfoWars played a huge role in the 2016 election, and it's part of the reason Hillary Clinton lost. I mean, her complaining in front of why aren't I 60-point aheads? And, that radio host, Alex Jones, don't think Hillary Clinton's
Why aren't I 50 points ahead, you ask? Yeah.
Exactly. And now Hillary Clinton was tweeting out just like last night that she was, watching I wasn't having to stay up late last night watching InfoWars and basically tweeting things out.
She still runs the Democratic Party. She has the billions in stolen loot in her foundation. She has the body count. She still runs the Democratic Party. And she says, here's one of the minions, Andrew Gillum says, Hillary Clinton, you must be exhausted because you've been running through real Donald Trump's small mind for a long time. Look at that sycophantic comment. She goes, I can handle it. Blessed with stamina. Yeah, I can barely walk.
Oh, stamina.
Wait, you don't mean... up late last night watching InfoWars. So she rightfully knows that this is America awake and that Trump's base is InfoWars, and that's why she's pissed. And guess what? Nobody buys your child porn setup, whore. Nobody buys your child porn setup, woman who represented pedophiles when you got your law degree and has your assistants caught and convicted of child trafficking, who run the Amber Alert system, and now your NXIVM head's been caught doing it. Everybody knows who you are, witch. It didn't work, Hillary. You won't be the leftist god much longer.
Yes, and Hillary Clinton, notice in her little tweet, she says, I have good stamina. Well, what she's basically getting at here is it seems like she's insinuating about the InfoWars coverage we did of her that really affected her in 2016, where we covered how she had poor health. I mean, we caught her ambulance in the motorcade.
And Millie, let's be clear. We got told by Secret Service, follow the black ambulance. She collapsed. You were in Ohio. You caught her collapsing. Her in the tent for an hour and a half. Then another person caught her at the 9/11 memorial. That helped bring her down. Exactly. And she's saying stamina in that Biden's the placeholder in this other field. When they all fail, they're still planning, she believes, to insert her to run against Trump. It's not going to happen.
They're planning to try to steal the election outcome this upcoming election. That's why all the media are lying for Biden, saying he's doing so great and he's going to beat Trump and he had this huge turnout. The guy couldn't even fill a 240 building, occupancy building in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, be clear about that. How many were at Trump's rally in Orlando? And then you a month ago were at a Biden rally. 250. The seats weren't even filled.
It was insane. At the Trump rally, there was obviously they're reporting 100,000 plus people. We tried to walk the line to get in there, and we got like a mile and a half or so, and then we just gave up because it was really hot out there. I mean, the line went to infinity. I couldn't find the end of the line. It was so massive. That's for the Trump rallies, okay? You had people, dedicated, diehard fans, passing out in the heat. All these old women, I felt horrible. It's like, medic, medic. They're passing out in the heat because it's so hot out there in Florida. And half of them just tuckered down during the rainstorm. And this was some heavy rain. This was like, it was a torrential downpour. This rain was insane. I was soaked from head to toe after the rain. And people even had pruny fingers, but they were dedicated. They were not going to miss that Trump rally. Now, on the other hand, the Joe Biden rallies or these Democrat rallies have barely anyone going to them. Joe Biden's campaign kickoff in Pittsburgh had a building that had occupancy of 240 people. Okay, so he filled that building, and their overflow was, it had like 15 people in it. I have video evidence of it. It's up on my YouTube
No,
channel.
you did. You put the report out on your site. We
Yes.
covered it. So let me just throw this out at listeners. And I do want to reach out to leftists because they're like the prodigal son or the lost sheep. Do you want to live in a country where somebody sends you child porn on record and the FBI says you're innocent and they all say you're in child porn? Do you really want to live in a country where Hillary makes jokes about getting rid of the First Amendment? Do you really think that this is going to propel you forward? Because all they have is fake polls to make people think there's a bandwagon for Hillary, and it's not working. And so they then think having Twitter and Facebook and Yahoo put on the front page, Alex Jones sends child porn to people, that everybody's going to get scared and go, oh, we better not support him. We better not support Trump. No, you talked about folks asking you, and you were telling me off air, they were like, this doesn't make sense. We're the ones that are against killing babies before they're born or after they're born or the sexualization of children. That's what we stand for. I'm a father of 4. I have no criminal record. So the idea that we're the victim, it's in the news last week that we're the victim. The media goes, Jones can't be the victim. Jones is involved, and they then pin it under whoever's running the system's order to the top of all the media, and then that doesn't work. What do you expect them to do next, Millie?
Well, I think they're just going to continue. I'm really worried. That's why we need all the support we can get from our supporters out there. I mean, we need you guys to go to InfoWarsStore.com because the attacks are not going to stop. And as soon as they're done, as soon as they take out Alex Jones, they take me out, they're going to come for, Trump, all these other politicians. And then it's going to be you guys. It's going to be the listeners, the conservatives out there who just want to support Trump, or maybe they've got your data from all these smartphones and devices. They start to go,
that's right.
Ding your social credit scores. Yeah, they're going to ding your social
take
credit
the leaders.
scores.
That's it. They admit, take the leaders out. And now Facebook's coming out with a global currency. They say if you don't behave yourself, you'll be kicked off. That's exactly it. Take the leadership, the nationalist, patriot, pro-human leadership out, and then everybody else will fall in the line. That's why they're trying to crush InfoWars, because they know we're the heart of 1776. And since you mentioned that, Millie, we're running a Save InfoWars special at InfoWarsStore.com right now on all of our products, store-wide free shipping, 50% off, double Patriot points, and that's how people, or they can get a Space Force, America's Back T-shirt, whatever they do. That's how I finance great reporters like you and Caitlin Bennett, and there's so many more we want to hire, so much more we want to do, and so it's a really exciting time. But yeah, but look at the Nexium news. Look at this, Millie. The head of Nexium convicted, crime boss closing arguments in the NXIVM trial, Satanism, child trafficking, Hillary Schumer, Gillibrand ties. I mean, it's all coming out. AP.
That's right.
What do you think they're going to do next, Millie?
Well, I think that, I know that when October surprise season happens, I've heard that they're supposed to have some, what are they called, deep fakes that might be coming out against Trump. That's where they essentially use AI, artificial intelligence, and you can literally make it look like a person is a person. I don't know how to explain it, Alex. Like where you think it's Trump, it's a robot with Trump's face talking.
For Running Man. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, the Running Man, which is a Stephen King short story that got turned into The Running Man, where Mad Dog Ben Richards murders all the women and children with a helicopter, but it was all computer CGI generated. Exactly. They've got voice prints that'll pass voice print.
Oh, yes.
They've got computers where they can show Trump raping penguins if they wanted to.
Oh, yeah, they can show him saying things. They could do it on anyone. They could even do it on me. They could do it on any random person they want to take out. They'll start taking out the smaller creators like me after they take out the big people like you and Donald Trump. And so none of us are safe in this game. This is just a tyrannical regime that the Democrats have formed here, and they're willing to mow down any of their opposition or the political dissent and then sit there and sadistically enjoy watching it like Hillary Clinton tweeted about. I mean, you think she doesn't have it out for Alex Jones? Of course she does. She's, sadistic. It's disgusting.
And since you mention it, the left acts like she's God. So every time she attacks me on TV and I talk about it, I see it on YouTube. Oh, you wish she talked about you. And it's like, oh my God. I mean, it's like having a bucket of, rotting maggots talk about me.
Oh,
But you get right at it, Millie, here. They don't need to do deep fakes. And I agree that's coming. I said, I don't know if Hillary's responsible for killing kids in a pizzeria with child sex. This is a quote, but I said she's responsible for the Arab Spring that killed millions, hundreds of thousands of women and children enslaved. She's guilty for killing kids. Megyn Kelly didn't show the video, because the show's video. She edited the audio in with Pizzagate to say that I said Hillary was killing kids in basements. And to this day, people come to my face and get in it saying that. So we're thinking, oh, this is ridiculous. They'll never get away with it. No. When they say that I wrote Nobody Died at Sandy Hook, even though I never read the book, I'm not in the book. When they say I lost a lawsuit, even though I didn't, like you said, leftists want to believe what they want to believe. So AP now is the leader in false news. And I've had multiple law firms threaten them. And they told us, they said, it's the top story in America. We're sticking to it. So that's like WMDs in Iraq, you name it. They're now using fake WMD level propaganda against us, Millie. And exactly. I wonder, I don't think we're that important. I don't think we're that important. Standards. I'm wondering.
The double standard, Alex, the hypocrisy, where essentially they're attacking you they're literally performing defamation against you and slandering you. And they're attacking you because they're claiming you defamated somebody else. So they're actually engaging in defamation themselves by trying to put on that you were that InfoWars somehow sent child porn to the Sandy Hook families. That's defamation, okay? That's absolutely not true and misleading.
Or to say I wrote a book or to say I lost a lawsuit I didn't lose, or to say I wrote a book I never wrote. It's beyond defamation. It's organized criminal media cartels testing. We've already demonized him. We've deplatformed him. Let's see if we can beta test saying things that are completely untrue ahead of doing it to Trump. This is all about setting Trump up and beta testing this, Millie. And it's incredibly important. But like you said, you're out at the rallies. This is the key here. And thousands of people said, where's Alex? We love him. We can't listen. We wish he was on air. They think we were only on Twitter, YouTube, or Google, or Facebook. No, we're at Infowars.com with our own video, our own audio, our own podcast. Infowars.com/show. Newswars.com. PrisonPlanet.com. Paul's new site, Summit. Summit.news, folks. Summit.news. He's going to set up his own media operation. Everybody, like Matt Drudge said years ago, has to leave Facebook, leave YouTube, leave it all, and create our own systems. Well, we've created it with our own audio, our own video, but we've got to have people's financial support, and more importantly, we've got to have your word of mouth to say, hey, find out why this is so forbidden. Find out why it's so verboten. Go and check it out, and then word of mouth, even if you don't buy one product, word of mouth, tell folks, hey, Alex Jones got accused of this incredible stuff. It's not true. Hear what he's really saying. And Millie, I know they intimidate a lot of folks. Joe Rogan got intimidated not to have me on. He had me on. You get intimidated not to have me on. You had me on. You have a right as an American to interview whoever you want. They interviewed Charlie Manson on 60 Minutes. Well, how can I not be interviewed? Because they don't want me to say what I've really done. They don't want you to hear the real Alex Jones, the one who cannot be named.
That's right. And on Facebook, you have to say bad things about Alex Jones. You can't say anything good about Alex on Facebook. Only bad things. They only want you to say bad things. It's
well,
ridiculous.
Facebook said it 2 months ago. They said you can only say bad or we'll ban you.
Yes.
That's total. And now they came out last week and said our assistants in your house, little computers, are watching and listening. If you say something wrong, we're going to report you. If you say something wrong, we're going to downgrade you. Communist Chinese social score. It's here. It's insane. One world currencies, mark of the beast. It's all happening. It's crazy.
It's scary.
Billy,
scary.
I see you.
These are the times we live in, Alex, where essentially this technology, it can either be used to enslave us or free us. And the only way we can win this battle is by fighting as hard as we can right now, because this is like the precipice. This is like we're at a fork in the road. Is society going to veer into ultimate freedom of expression, and just ultimate epic wins, or is society going to divulge into tyranny and then Western civilization just collapse on itself? It's like we have two options here, and Alex Jones represents going the way of freedom and freedom of expression and InfoWars, and
you just said it. You just said it. It's a pro-human future,
yes,
or it's an anti-human future. And I look at you with your great husband and your wonderful son and your wonderful daughter, and that's what the system fears. It fears that independence. It fears that future. And Millie, your courage and your crew's courage and everything you do is just an example to us all. And the viewers and listeners out there, no one can stop you from telling the truth. No one can stop you from going and checking out that I never wrote this book. If I did, it's okay. But I didn't lose a lawsuit yesterday. I didn't write the book, Nobody Died at Sandy Hook. The AP is running it as the top story nationwide for 2 days as a psyop to see if you'll accept being lied to your face ahead of even crazier things they're getting ready to do. This is a symbol. They're preparing to take the president out. That's the red alert. And I think they're going to fail, but it's an amazing time, Millie. So I hope everybody supports you. I hope everybody spreads your videos. I hope everybody goes to the subscribe star you're going to set up, because I'm helping fund you, but it's not enough to really get you out there. And I just hope everybody prays for what you're doing, because this is an incredible fight.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Alex. I really appreciate it. I think this kind of clarified everything for listeners. And one more time, guys, if you want to find Alex Jones's show, you can also go to InfoWarsAPK.com to download the web apps for your Apple iPhones or for your Google Android phones. So thank you so much, Alex, for joining us.
You're right, Billy. We got to repeat that over and over again. InfoWars is still on the air. It's independent. Remember URLs. Remember independent websites like DrudgeReport.com, Infowars.com, NewsWars.com. It's all there. We can do what Facebook do. We can do what YouTube does. We're doing it, but we need you to come there and then get the videos out. The enemy thought they would shut you down. They didn't. Now they're pissed. Now they're scared of 2020. And Hillary's giving the orders to set us up and take us down. And our former prosecutors and others are attacking, but we're not backing down. But this is an epic time. So please, Infowars.com/show, PrisonPlanet.com, Summit.news, and the great work Millie and her crew are doing. And I'll see you back tomorrow live, 11 a.m. Central, for my syndicated radio show that's on hundreds of radio stations. They forget about that at Infowars.com/show. God bless you all. And Millie, thanks for your courage.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Alex Jones. Oh, wait, the man who must not be named. Thank you, Alex, for joining us.
Thank you, Millie. Thanks for letting me run over. I'll get wild.
All right, guys.
All right, I'm exhausted. I'm leaving.